Hey guys, it's BC from Full Blast Sound. I'm with David from BASSBOSS. So today we're going to show the brand new crack stack, the
Stackatoa.
Stackatoa.
And the Kraken, and so it's the Krakatoa, the Makara, and the Kraken. The Stackatoa.
The Stackatoa. This thing is massive. Dude, I got to hear it for the first time today, along with everybody else, and it's just so funny seeing everybody's expression, walking outside, hearing I didn't think it was going to be that clear and that loud, and just like people are just going ape over this thing. Yes.
They're going monkey.
They're going, yes, monkey. Okay, cool. So tell us more about it. What can we do with this thing?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I started thinking about all the things you could do with it. And you could do like a giant auditorium. I mean, in full range, if you do the left and right, you've got really wide plays, you do left, center, right, they fly. You can do this sort of thing, a stack. So you've got the Stackatoa. You can put nightclub, dance stack. You know, you don't need anything else. That's it. And you got the sense of how much that is. That is, no joke, you don't need anything else. This will tear it up. This room is not big enough. So how many people, that people ask, I have no idea, but how crazy do you want it to get, right? So yeah, that's kind of the two things. Then you think about, all right, what else could you do? Well, in a giant production environment, you could put it on the front edge of stage and it's a front fill. Mm-hmm. You can put it on the side of the stage for the band, they're going to like that. You could use it as an instrument. When you have the guys who are playing the things with the emulators, it'll play anything. So you can use that, and you can have that sitting behind somebody or next to somebody who's playing an instrument. That would be their emulator. You can use it as a delay thing at a huge festival, right? Yeah. So you need a delay, one box, boom, done, right? Right, yeah. And it fills for that much more distance because it's not shy. So, you know, you'd have to put it on a scaffold or something if you wanted to do just one box, or you just do this out in the field and it's like, boom, next level, right? So there's all these different things that keep, you know, coming up, which is like, oh, you can do that. Festival trucks, art cars. Wow, you cannot put more output in less space in a tight thing. And speaking of which, truck pack. You put these two on one cart, you put the next two on another cart, you put the next two on another cart. You've got 3 carts. That's 3 feet per cart in the truck, because 4 feet wide. 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet. That's 6 feet and 3 feet. You haven't even, it's nothing. Yeah. So in what would be 3, 6, 9 feet of truck, you could put 4 of these.
Golly, man, yeah, that's amazing. You took it right out of my mouth right there with that. I see a lot of use for that. You know, David, this is exciting times because we haven't had mega clubs in a while, right?
This is true. Yeah, no, you're right. It all went loungy. Yeah,
it did. Loungy, multi-club, all this other stuff. And I think that you might be responsible for bringing mega clubs back, because just imagine this, being in a market and having a club with this, because you could do a really good sized room with this. And then if you come into a market and the room is big enough with this, you're going to have a packed dance floor. The word's going to be out that your sound is amazing. Everybody's going to want to play there, and we might have a rebirth of mega clubs for a generation that's never been clubbing before in the big clubs.
Yeah, and it does. You know, there is something to that, but I think, you know, when we used to go to these giant clubs, it was all the cutting edge of what the systems could do, right? So I remember the original Richard Long birth of things with the BH-882s and the flares, and then the GLI double 15s, and 2 of them, and then the EAW, you know, double 12 inches, and then the giant JBL clamshell biradial, and then the bullet tweeters.
All over the place.
Yeah, and it was this massive pile of stuff, and you'd have 6 of them around a room, and it ain't that. That is not, I mean, the level of intensity that this can produce, it's like whole new generation, right? So where are you going to get this? A lounge? Oh yeah, you hang out and, you know, maybe you spend a lot of money to show off buying bottles of champagne, but the experience of the music, it's not like that.
a dance floor with that.
This
Can you imagine a
brings
dance floor
that
with,
energy.
like the four corner, the old school four corner with, you know, like the old function one?
I mean, people can't even stand to be in this room with this
I
stuff
know.
if you run it. I mean, this is the thing about having excess capacity, right?
Yeah.
It's just got so much. So yeah, it's an experience that a whole generation hasn't had. But in truth, even the generation that had the Mega Club experience hasn't had this experience.
Nope.
So this is something else. Because back then, the subs couldn't go that low. They couldn't go that high in SPL. The drivers couldn't make the excursion. The amps couldn't make the power.
The clarity.
And the control wasn't there. You know, this is like, yeah, you had carburetors, and you know, now we've got like fuel injection, and we've got the level of technology that we can optimize and just get everything to perform at its best. We can do that, and that's how we can make this extremely compact and ridiculously powerful. And yeah, it's big, right? Physically, it's like each individual piece is big, but it's so concentrated that
For the amount of output,
yes, to do this, and
Nope.
it won't do it as well because of how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that point source has advantages that any side by side, any multi-driver thing,
mm-hmm.
it's a compromise, and that doesn't suffer for that. It's
Right.
got that single point, and that's the perfect theoretical.
The holy grail of
source
sound.
is an infinitely small point from which all sound radiates.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, how close to that can you get? You can't do that. That's not possible. But how close to that can you get? That is, you know, to this extent, as close as you get. How close can you put the subs to the highs? That's close. That's 2 feet
Yep.
maximum span
Yep.
between the lowest frequencies and the highest frequencies. That means your radiation pattern, it's all consistent, coherent, and it's razor sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just blown away how, you know, I saw the cabinet and I was thinking, well, we're probably going to need a bunch of subs for this thing, but when you guys played it by itself, 90% of people would be more than happy with just that by itself.
It's more than
it
what
is.
you get from, you know.
Oh, dude, that low end is just like, wow. And then you got the very, very powerful, clear highs, or the whole, everything is just perfect. It's perfect, and the level is just insane. What was your inspiration for this?
What was that? It was that concept of what's the smallest space. You know, the perfect scenario is an infinitely small point, and how to get there. And we already had done the Kraken, and it was like, what the perfect scenario would be to have them combined. And the reason I went to 18s instead of sticking with the 21s is because it takes up some space to have that midsection in there, and I wanted to be able to do true full range. If I'd done 21s, it'd have been a little bit of compromise on the bottom end. So 18s, and then if you want to go louder, we take some of the burden off of the 18s and let them go louder. You know, just take some of the power burden off, and you add some low end, and you let that box get even louder.
Well, David, you outdone yourself on this. I don't know what you're going to do after this. I think you're going to have to retire.
I have to make something smaller.
It was great talking to you. Congratulations. You made something amazing.
Thank you very much. I hope everybody gets a chance to hear these.
Yes.
They will enjoy it.
They're going to be everywhere, brother.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. We know that you guys have a lot of options for buying gear out there, but our family really appreciates your business and hope to have you as a Full Blast Sound customer.